Greetings fellow gamers, and happy new year to you all. I'm the Soulsborne Seeker and I'm kicking off 2024 with a new video showcasing 21 upcoming indie Metroidvania games you probably haven't heard of, expected to release sometime in 2024 or later. Before we start, as always, a kind reminder to please consider subscribing to the channel if you end up enjoying this content, since it will help me reach even more people and spread the knowledge far and wide. And now, without further ado, let's dive into it. We begin our journey with Aether, Wizard Life, an action-adventure Metroidvania with daily life sim elements inspired by titles like Hollow Knight, Terraria, Stardew Valley, and Spiritfarer. The game puts you in the role of a wizard that has just graduated from the Academy of the Kingdom of Starfall, who's given a tower in a secluded island as her new home by the Ministry of Magic. Her goal is to build a life for herself while at the same time delving deeper into the lost lore of Starfall, which is where the sim elements come into play. As the apprentice wizard, you will get to grow crops, fish, cook, craft items, and furnish your chambers to give your domain a personal touch. That being said, exploration will also play a big role in Aether Wizard Life, since you will need to explore an expansive realm with the assistance of new upgrades that will allow you to investigate farther into the uncharted lands, where you will get to befriend new characters as well as face off against evil monsters. It is of note that interpersonal relationships will play an important role here, allowing you to cultivate bonds with the people you'll meet, some of which may take a romantic turn. Aether Wizard Life has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC, with potential for Nintendo Switch, PlayStation, as well as Xbox consoles later on. Next comes Airhead, an adventure platformer Metroidvania title with a big focus on environmental puzzle solving. Airhead places you in the unique position of Body, a headless creature whose aim is to save Head, a head-like organism that was relying on a unique air source to survive, a source which was ripped from it by a machine of unknown origins. Now in danger of deflating to death, Head relies on Body to carry it through a massive interconnected world as they pursue the thief in order to retrieve the air apparatus and save Head from dying. On their journey, Body and Head will obtain a variety of different abilities that will help them traverse their hostile ecosystem, abilities that will grow and evolve as the symbiotic relationship between the two protagonists strengthens. Part of the game's challenge lies in the fact that you must be constantly aware of air sources scattered around the map in order to keep Head from deflating, adding an extra layer of urgency throughout the whole endeavor. Airhead has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC, PS4, Nintendo Switch, as well as the Xbox One. Following, we have Animosa, a pixel art fantasy Metroidvania about friendship. Here you don the armor of an anonymous knight who has lost his courage and embarks on a quest to rebuild it. What's interesting about Animosa is that it structures its whole character upgrade system around positive feelings as currency, with courage being gained while fighting enemies and trust when defeating them. Courage is used to unleash special attacks, and trust is spent to unlock and upgrade new abilities that help with combat and exploration. It should be noted that Animosa plans to incorporate local co-op, meaning you will be able to complete the challenging journey in the company of a friend. Animosa has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. Moving on, there's Codename Mallow, a humorous science fiction Metroidvania game that's all about combat and challenging platforming. Codename Mallow thrusts you into the tabby boots of a ninja that finds himself stuck in an experimental battlesuit of extra-dimensional origins, and ends up becoming Earth's last hope against an alien invasion. The game boasts battle mechanics that require precision, as well as deadly platforming segments, all of which may result in many different creative ways in which our protagonist can meet an untimely end. Codename Mallow has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. Next up, there's Dusk, a fantasy action Metroidvania title that draws inspiration from the Castlevania series. The game takes place in a dark fantasy world that is overrun by demonic entities that you need to eradicate. To that end, our protagonist is equipped with a variety of different armaments, including swords, whips, and bows, as well as arcane spells, all of which are meant to help you dispose of your enemies in style. Aside from combat, you'll also get to do quite a bit of exploring that will lead to the discovery of useful loot. Dusk has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. Then comes EMUUROM, a non-violent Metroidvania directed toward exploration and discovery that may remind you a bit of the Pokemon series of games. EMUUROM transpires in a virtual world inhabited by the titular creatures, a world that is on the verge of total destruction due to a fast-approaching comet. You wield the scanner beam of an explorer who travels across the realm while trying to record every single EMUUROM creature in her EMU-dex, at the same time rushing to find a way to stop the cataclysmic destruction on the horizon. Platforming in EMUUROM relies largely on the use of said scanner, which can be utilized to interact with the environment as well as to seek the assistance of the various creatures that call this land their home in an attempt to cross increasingly challenging areas. If creature collection games that trade combat for puzzle solving sound like something you enjoy, then you probably want to keep this one on your radar. EMUUROM has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. Coming up next, we have Vitro, a dark science fiction Metroidvania game that acts as a love letter to the Metroid series. Vitro has you delving into the ruins of a seemingly abandoned research facility that soon proves to be home to eldritch horrors and unhinged machinery left behind by the last survivors of humanity. Fortunately, you are armed with powerful weapons that will allow you to blast your way through the enemies in a way that brings to mind the endless war of Samus against the Metroids themselves. Featuring 8 different biomes, numerous weapons and ability upgrades as well as challenging boss fights, Vitro seems to be the perfect game for those fond of the Metroid titles as well as fans of science fiction Metroidvanias in general. Vitro has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC.
Forget it. Welcome to the world.
Going onwards, there's Forgotlings, a cinematic action-adventure Metroidvania with a breathtaking art style. The world of Forgotlings is one of lost things looking for a purpose, a place created by the collective memories of humanity. You are Fig, a posing doll that's also the captain of a sentient ship known as Volair, and together you will set sail across the Forgotten Lands as you try to save everyone from a looming threat of unknown origins by bringing as many Forgotlings together as possible. These bonds can be forged either through diplomatic conversation or by playing a game of Ina, a popular tabletop pastime. In terms of combat, Forgotlings gives you the option to either confront your enemies head-on or stealth past them, effectively allowing you to approach conflict on your own terms. Forgotlings is currently slated for release in June of 2024 and has been confirmed for PC, PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, as well as the Xbox Series X and Series S. Next comes Forsaken Castle, a retro-styled Metroidvania title that pays homage to the Castlevania and Metroid series. Here you'll brandish the Blade of Lily, a newly appointed paladin who is sent to investigate the mysterious appearance of undead creatures near her village, a search that leads her to the discovery of a foreboding, seemingly abandoned castle. Wishing to prove her worth to her order, she decides to go into the fortress, not realizing she is about to challenge the great evil lurking within. True to its Metroidvania roots, Forsaken Castle will feature the necessity to obtain new abilities in order to explore deeper parts of the citadel, as well as challenging platforming segments where deadly traps and fearsome creatures will make your life difficult. The game also boasts multiple endings, meaning it will benefit from multiple playthroughs for players to see everything it has to offer. Forsaken Castle has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC, PS4, PS Vita, Nintendo Switch, as well as the Xbox One. Continuing our journey, there's Hippoxxus, a science fiction action-adventure Metroidvania inclined toward combat and exploration. As a teenage boy, you awaken inside an alien spaceship with no recollection of how you got there. Armed with a blaster, you embark on a journey to explore the craft and uncover its mysteries as you search for a way to escape. Hippoxxus features tight combat and challenging platforming sections that are made fun by a sharp and responsive control scheme that makes the investigation of the large, interconnected map a fun endeavor. Hippoxxus has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. Next on our way, we find Legends of Elementia, a fantasy Metroidvania game showing influences from the Avatar cartoon franchise. The land of Elementia has been thrown off its elemental balance by a catastrophic event that has left it vulnerable against malevolent forces that seek to exploit it. You are honored with the mantle of 4 legendary heroes that go on a treacherous journey to find the elemental stones that have been stolen and return them to their rightful location so that Elementia may once again be blessed with elemental equilibrium. What's of interest here is that the game features character switching, meaning you are able to cycle through all 4 of the protagonists and take advantage of their distinct elemental abilities in order to deal with battles and platforming challenges based on your own preferred playstyle. Each character may be advanced through their respective skill trees, allowing for playstyle customization to match your preferences. With flashy combat and a diverse collection of biomes to explore, ranging from enchanted forests to scorching deserts, Legends of Elementia has the potential to become a worthy addition to the genre. Legends of Elementia is expected to come out sometime in 2024 and has been confirmed for PC, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, as well as the Xbox One. Following, we have Project Death Strikers, a run-and-gun shooter Metroidvania that wears its Contra inspiration on its sleeve. You are a member of the Death Strikers, a special ops team that is sent to investigate an accident that occurred in a location known as Lab 23. As you enter the area, you soon realize that things are worse than expected as you are flooded by legions of mutated monstrosities that used to be the scientists and guards of this place. Gun in hand, you descend deeper into the complex in order to discover what really happened. While the game is clearly influenced by linear classics in the run-and-gun genre, its Metroidvania nature will appear in the form of a large map you will get to explore, necessitating the earning of additional skills in order to reach previously inaccessible areas. Of special note is the fact that you will be able to play the whole game in couch co-op with a friend, which is always a plus. Project Death Strikers has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. A bit beyond their Savior, an action-adventure Metroidvania that's all about stylish martial arts combat and parkour platforming. You embody Sam, a stranger with no worldly possessions or memory, who goes on a pilgrimage across the troubled world of Arcadia as she tries to help those in need while clashing against the Chosen, a cult-like group that worships the Daystar, a celestial body that has come to be revered as a god, with doubting its brilliance being considered sacrilege worthy of banishment. Savior features a vast open world full of engaging characters that you will get to help or fight against, with every choice you make having an impact on the way the story will turn out. As a clear standout, the game also features an intricate battle system that allows for precision fighting, giving off the sense that you're partaking in a frenetic martial arts film as you block, dodge, and hit in 6 different directions. The same care has also been given to environmental traversal, with fluid parkour movement making traveling around the rich environments a delight. Savior has no release date as of yet, but has has been confirmed for PC, PS4, Nintendo Switch, as well as the Xbox One. Over yonder we find Stickility, an action-adventure Metroidvania title where crafting takes center stage. You play a stickman named Axel, who takes on the task of exploring the vast lab complex of the corrupt biotech company in order to find incriminating evidence that will lead to its closure. Where Stickility truly shines is in its use of crafting to facilitate progression, which effectively replaces the acquisition of abilities that is usually the case for the genre. For example, instead of defeating a boss to obtain the double jump, dash, or wall climbing abilities, here you will instead have to craft special boots or climbing gear to perform said tasks. The game features a wide range of items to create by obtaining materials that can be found across its world, which are then used for the crafting process that takes place in special rooms scattered around the map. Stickility has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. Onward, there's the Crown Stone's Mirrah, a dark fantasy Metroidvania featuring brutal combat mechanics in the vein of Dark Souls. The story transpires in the lower planes of the Land of the Dead, a place that brings out the worst of everyone that treads it, a realm that will force you to fight tooth and nail in order to survive. Thankfully, the game offers a variety of different weapons that you can add to your arsenal in order to emerge victorious, as well as the possibility to hide and avoid your foes for a more strategic approach. While the difficulty will be on the challenging side of things, its increase will be gradual, meaning that the game will do its best to ease you into its systems so that you can get the best chances for survival. With a huge, grim world full of secrets to explore, as well as a menacing ambience, the Crown Stone's Mirrah seems to be right up the alley of players who like a bit of Souls in their Metroidvanias. The Crown Stone's Mirrah has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC, PS4, Nintendo Switch, as well as the Xbox One. Then comes The Perfect Pencil, a surreal action platformer Metroidvania game with a deep philosophical narrative. Here you join John, a man who awakens in an unfamiliar hand-drawn kingdom and is quickly forced to face the terrors hiding within his mind. The story is one that touches upon personal development and the psychology of fear, themes that will also be punctuated by the environment you will get to navigate. As John, you will be in possession of a special ability that lets you see things others cannot, effectively allowing you to uncover hidden information about characters you will get to meet, as well as bring hidden objects and areas to light. The Perfect Pencil seems to be taking an interesting storytelling approach by focusing on the human condition and tackling some mature themes, and if it plays its hand right, it could end up being a standout in the genre. The Perfect Pencil has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC and Nintendo Switch. Farther down the path we find The Prisoning, Fletcher's Quest, a humorous Metroidvania roguelite title about the dangers of game development. As the tale goes, you literally step into the mind of Fletcher Howie Jr., a game developer on the brink of physical and emotional burnout due to an intense project he is creating. After a visit to his psychiatrist that goes horribly wrong, Fletcher suffers a mental breakdown that traps him inside his own head. With his anxiety rising steadily, Fletcher will have to traverse the chaotic world hiding in his brain in an effort to escape. The game approaches its themes from a clearly comedic and self-deprecating perspective, so if humor is something you enjoy in video games, you'll probably feel right at home here. When it comes to its roguelite nature, each playthrough will present you with different rooms to explore, keeping the experience fresh and engaging, and also staying true to the anarchic structure that can be the human mind under stress. The prisoning Fletcher's Quest is expected to come out sometime in 2024 and has been confirmed for PC, PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, as well as the Xbox Series X and Series S. Subsequently, there is Secrets Under Echo, a 3D first-person shooter Metroidvania experience with a stylized, low-poly presentation. Secrets Under Echo tells the story of Jay, a soldier who wakes up to find himself jailed in his own military base and branded a traitor by those he once considered friends. Urged by an unknown voice in his head, Jay embarks on a counter-offensive against his ex-allies in order to escape the base and figure out how things got here. As you explore the expansive map, you will find new equipment and weapon upgrades, as well as audio diaries that will start shedding light into the whole affair. In terms of combat, the game will require you to take a strategic approach despite its shooter nature, since enemies can only be damaged by getting slammed into walls or other obstacles, meaning positioning will be paramount to your success. Battles aside, you'll also get to do a lot of creative puzzle solving to be able to delve deeper into the military complex. Secrets Under Echo will be releasing sometime near the middle of January 2024 and has been confirmed for PC. Third from the end, we have Timespinner 2, Unwoven Dream, an exploration action platformer Metroidvania that acts as a sequel to the well-received Timespinner released back in 2018. The game tells the story of Zoria, a retired war hero who is forced to take up arms once again in order to stave off an impending calamity known as the Unwoven Dream, as well as save her reckless son who ran away from home in order to try and stop the destruction himself in an effort to prove he's a legendary hero. Her quest will lead her down dark paths across the realm of Surfland, which will have her discovering hard truths about the nature of the extinction event faced by the world, as well as her role in stopping it. Your journey will have you visiting a diverse range of biomes, from eerie forests and underwater depths to the Tower of the Apocalypse itself, and will also bring familiar faces from the first game into the tale, rewarding those who took the time to play the prequel, though actually doing so doesn't seem to be necessary to follow the sequel. Timespinner 2 Unwoven Dreams has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, as well as the Xbox Series X and Series S. Nearing the finale, there is Zoria and the Cursed Land, a fantasy action-adventure Metroidvania title with an art style reminiscent of retro games from the 90s. You play as Zoria Dune, a half-orc adventurer who finds herself trapped on a mysterious island surrounded by dense fog. Confused and separated from her friends, she starts wandering around aimlessly in search of her comrades as well as a way off the island. The game places a lot of focus on combat and exploration, featuring a weapon and tool upgrade system as well as trinkets in the form of rings that you can acquire, which provide a variety of different helpful effects. In the interest of full disclosure, I do need to mention that the game does feature some form of adult elements, though the exact nature of said elements is not entirely clear at this point. Zoria and the Cursed Land has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. Finally, we have The Wicked Souls, a fantasy Metroidvania with a strong focus on imaginative storytelling. The world of the afterlife is a truly busy place where heroes called Reapers walk the line between the realm of the living and the dead and experience perilous adventures. That being said, there's also stuff that needs to be done behind the scenes to keep the afterlife running smoothly, and that's where you come into play. You step into the busy life of a postman named Bones, who, along with his sidekick Dietrich, travels across the land in order to deliver letters on time. As fortune would have it, during one such excursion, Bones finds a mysterious lantern that seems to be focal to a battle between good and evil, with the fate of the world at stake. Aside from an artifact related to the plot, said lantern will also be utilized in order to upgrade Bones and acquire new skills and abilities that will assist in both combat and exploration, since the world of the afterlife is filled with treacherous foes to face and deep-rooted secrets to discover. The Wicked Souls has no release date as of yet, but has been confirmed for PC. What did you think of these games? Did you already know about them? Are you planning to try any of them out? Let me know in the comments below and feel free to point out any obscure titles you may have come across. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. I wish every single one of you a wonderful 2024 full of health, wealth, happiness, and a lot of gaming. Until next time, Soulsborne Seeker out!